Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Wanailah. My name is Nurul Aqilah binti Mohamed Nasir. Our group today will be presenting to you the key topic for corporate social responsibility. First, what is the definition of corporate social responsibility? It refers to the need for businesses to be good corporate citizens. CSR involves going beyond the law's requirements in protecting the environment and contributing to social welfare. It is widely accepted as an obligation of modern business. CSR goes beyond earning money for shareholders. It's concerned with protecting the interests of all stakeholders, such as employees, customers, suppliers, and the communities in which business operates. Examples of CSR include adopting human employee practices and caring for the environment. Next, social responsibility means that businesses, in addition to maximizing shareholder value, and must act in a manner that benefits society. Social responsibility has become increasingly important to investors and consumers who seek investments that are not just profitable but also contribute to the welfare of society and the environment. For SM Holistic Living Academy, they take social responsibility very seriously as it is included in one of the academy's activities to promote corporate, social, and humanitarian activities. Also, they take pride in organizing activities for the community as well. So what are the social responsibility in SMHLA in context of first, maximizing shareholders' value? SM have showed their commitment in carrying out the corporate social responsibility by being strongly involved in their CSR activities. Next, for the terms of benefits the society, SM have the ethical behavior because in one of their CSR activities, Paw Prints, they rescued and healed injured stray animals. And lastly, in terms of improving the quality of life, SM have formed a women's support circle to avoid and helps them from feeling isolated. Also, a program to build a good character in children.
Hello, I'm Amira and I'll proceed to the next part, which is the main areas of CSR activities. So here we have the four main areas and I'll explain to you the definition first and then followed by their examples respectively. Okay, the first area is environmental responsibility. It refers to the belief that organizations should behave in as environmentally friendly a way as possible. And the second one is economic responsibility. For the economic responsibility, the end goal is not only to simply maximize profit but positively impact the environment, people, and society. Next is the ethical responsibility, which refers to when a businesses aim to actively make the world and society a better place. And the last one is philanthropic responsibility. It refers to when a business tries to act in kindness unexpectedly to be a good example of corporate citizens. So as you can see, this is Carroll's pyramid of CSR and it suggests that corporate has to fulfill responsibility at four levels, which are economic, legal, ethical, and philanthropic. Now let's jump on to the next slide. The examples. For environmental responsibility, SMHLA may implement energy campaign within organizations where they can generate cost saving and make a difference towards business. So the energy conservation is the practice of using less energy to lower costs and reduce environmental impact. And for the economic responsibility, we suggest that SMHLA can ensure that they make socially and environmentally conscious investments that will benefit the business as well as assuring an excellent labor policy for its employees. The third one is ethical responsibility. To stay ethical, SMHLA can ensure fair labor practices for employees, means that there will be no discrimination among the employees and each employee will be given equal pay for equal work and better living wage compensation. And the last area is philanthropic responsibility. So, SMHLA can offer scholarships for students to continue studies at their academy. They also can create their own charitable trust or organizations to give back to the society.
Alright, my name is Nur Nadhirah binti Mohamed Nasir and I'll be explaining about risk and CSR. The definition of risk is the probability that corporate social responsibility, or CSR, creates negative consequences for a corporation in areas of reputation, financial agency, legal, regulatory, operational, opportunity cost, or governance. Related forms of CSR, such as creating shared value, corporate sustainability, and corporate responsibility, may also contribute to this risk. There are four types of risk that can be related to the academic case. The types are reputational, financial, resources, and partnership risk. The first part is reputational risk. Reputational risk defines as the risk of loss in the value of a firm's business franchise that extends beyond event-related accounting losses, and is reflected in a decline in its share performance metric. Since SM is well known for advocating traditional methods in medicine, SM must ensure that all ingredients are sourced ethically. Insincere or shallow CSR, such as greenwashing, can damage a firm's reputation. Therefore, SM needs to make sure that its program align with the company's core belief and its activities. Financial risk is the risk that a business will not be able to meet its debt repayment obligations. It is a type of threat that can result of a loss of capital to stakeholders. Since financial profits can be spent on the smoke and mirrors of CSR for little gain, SMHLA should do a cost-benefit analysis to ensure that the CSR programs the academy is doing is beneficial and sustainable to avoid loss. The third one is the resources risk. Resource risk is the chance that an entity will fail to meet a goal due to lack of resources. It can include financing, time, skilled workers, and anything that an entity needs to achieve a particular goal. When an entity spends too much resources on CSR, it could lead to greater risk to the entity. Although the academy is strongly involved in CSR, they manage to coordinate their CSR activities well and therefore do not suffer resources risk. Partnership risk can occur when a firm is partnering with NGOs or CSR groups that can expose the firms to any mishap or the CSR partner. It depends on the CSR partner's reputation, accountability, and whether it has the same goal with the firm. For example, if the academy wants to collaborate with any NGO for CSR activities, they must make sure that their partner has a good reputation and the NGO's objectives is not in contradictory with SMHLA.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirah Syafiqah binti Awalludin, and I'll be continuing our presentation with ethics in CSR. So with ethics, we will be discussing the 6 main points. First, let's begin with definition. Ethics are the set of moral principles that guide a person's behavior. These morals are shaped by social norms, cultural practices, and religious influences. So in the context of CSR, some people contend that companies owe no duty to society outside making as much money as possible within the law. But those who support corporate social responsibility believe that companies should pursue a deeper purpose beyond simply maximizing profits. That is why CSR, when conducted in good faith, is beneficial for both the corporations and their stakeholders. Next, let's move on with the ethical criticism of CSR. So not everyone believes that businesses should have a social conscience. The famous economist Milton Friedman said that social responsibilities of business are notable for their analytical looseness and lack of rigor. Friedman believed that only individuals can have a sense of social responsibility. Businesses, by their very nature, cannot. Some experts believe that social responsibility defines the very point of being in a business, because profit above all else. This is why most organizations must practice genuine corporate social responsibility to be successful in the modern marketplace. So how do we combat this? We combat this by having a sustainable business strategy. So to measure ethical effectiveness, SMHLA can apply the triple bottom line framework, which measures the business impact on profit, people, and the planet. Because this framework measures its bottom line not only by making profit alone, but additionally its contribution to social and environmental as well. So, as we can see from the graph, the academy must ensure that its business activity must meet the three bottom line rules. It must make economical revenue, and it must meet social standards by making sure its employee well-being are taken care of, having fair trade, and having a community stakeholder. Next, meet environmental standards by reducing carbon footprint and reducing waste.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atirah binti Sallehudin, and I will explain regarding the golden rule. The core of the golden rule can be defined as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This is where we should treat others as we would like to be treated. There is a lot of company who are doing very well by actively participating in CSR activities such as Lego's commitment to sustainability, Salesforce 111 philanthropic model, Ben and Jerry social mission, Levis Trust social impact, and Starbucks commitment to ethical sourcing. It is an idealistic for business to strive for CSR program to create social and environmental benefit while pursuing organizational goal. In SMHLA, they are promoting humanity towards people as well as an animal, where they participate in Paw Prints Nature Rescue as well as Women Force. As for importance of ethics in CSR, it can be divided into four, which are build customer loyalty, retain good employees, positive work environment, and avoid legal problem. However, I will further explain about avoiding legal problem. It is much easier for a company to increase their profit as well as their brand image by cut corner. Some businesses might forge report regarding their CSR activities. For example, the management stated in the report they are complied with regulations. However, the truth is they are not fully comply with the regulations such as environmental regulation or labor law. This is the reason why the company have to be pretentious in avoiding legal problem, as it might tarnish company's image or brand in the future, as well as the legal fine they need to pay. Next, the company can retain good employees by conducting ethical standards. CSR activities within employee might empower employee to leverage the corporate resources at their disposal to do good. The company who are being fair and square has a higher rate of retained employee, which it leads to greater productivity in the workforce. As for example of ethics in CSR, there is a lot of example for SMHLA can do and had done. As per stated before, SMHLA can offer scholarship for students to continue their studies at the academy. The trust fund for scholarship might from any person or organisation. So SMHLA should channel the trust fund to the right owner as it should. There shouldn't be any embezzling of money cases arises from it, as it should have shown unethical behaviour of a company. As for the legal and responsibility, this matter is regarding SMHLA participating in Paw Prints Nature Rescue. The company have to ensure any agencies partner up with them do not break any Animal Rescue Act. Any animals rescued should be adopted by the right owner through the right sources. Then SMHLA must have stated their own code of conduct and code of ethics in the company. This matter is to ensure both employer and employee would follow the codes of conduct and code of ethics. The effectiveness of code of conduct and code of ethics would lessen the complaints within the organisation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Puteri Amalia bin Shahrulnizam, and I will continue our presentation with the investor's perspective. Short-term investors and long-term investors are different in nature and thus carry different expectations. So this is how short-term and long-term investors are affected by the CSR activities. For short-term investors, firstly, in terms of profit maximization, the business aims to make as much profit as possible and as quickly as possible. CSR activities intend to make the company's reputation become better for a longer time than rather only focusing on making profit. SMHLA focuses solely on economic interest in short term and does not engage in social responsibility. Next, in terms of costs incurred, business already has a lot on its hands and should avoid taking more responsibilities. SMHLA needs to invest more on building their firm in the short term. Thus, they won't be able to spend more on the other activities. Moving on to long-term investors, in terms of public image, Social responsibility can assist a company in establishing a trustworthy image in the public's eye, as it contributes to a company's equity by creating a good image in the minds of customers. Besides that, in terms of financial performance, the business will have a good financial performance as customers believe that the business realize the importance of being good to society. There will be a good return on the investment for the investor, and they will increase the investment for a longer time. Both investors are affected by the CSR activities, but long-term investors are affected more. It gives opportunity in both financial and sustainable value creation. Nowadays, there are a significant increase in the number of corporations that are involved in doing CSR. Investors in business have one common goal, which is to have greater returns than the invested fund. Businesses that are able to manage their finances while still helping the community are viewed as accountable and transparent in their dealings. In general, value of company will increase if the company applies ethics manner. It is very important for a company to disclose their annual report about their CSR activities. It is to show the public that they are concerned about the environmental and ethics matter. Therefore, the profit of company will be increased as they have more potential investors. That is all from us. Thank you.